this problem, we want to find all relative extrema of the function. So we got f of x is equal to x to the 2/5 plus 3. Well, first thing we need to do is find derivative. Now here we got x to a power, so take our power, put it out in front, and lower your power by 1. So we got 2/5 minus 1. Derivative of 3, that goes to 0. So we got 2/5 x. 2/5 minus 1 gives us negative 3/5. And we want to take the part of the negative exponent to the denominator. So we have 2 over 5x to the positive 3/5. Okay, now let's find our critical value. Normally you would set the top equal to 0 and the bottom equal to 0, but the top doesn't have any variable in it, so we don't worry about it. So I'm going to set the bottom part equal to 0. So I got 5x to the 3/5 is equal to 0. And whenever you have 0 on this side and you got a number in front of your variable and you got a power, you can just drop it all, and this just becomes x equals 0. Reason why is if I divide both sides by 5, that would get rid of the 5. 0 divided by 5 is 0. If I take both sides to a power, 5/3 specifically, that'll get rid of this, but 0 to any power is 0. So it always works out that way. So I'm going to choose test cases. Clear over here is positive infinity. Clear over here is negative infinity. Choose some value between negative infinity and 0, like negative 1. So choose some value between 0 and positive infinity, like a positive 1. Now we want to plug those in our second or first derivative. Why do I keep saying second? This one right here. Now the key is, if you have more than a single number or a single variable on top and bottom, put parentheses around it. So when I plug this in, I'm going to put parentheses around the bottom part. And even more than that, if you got more than a single number or a single variable in your exponent, put parentheses around it. So I want parentheses around the 3/5. So let's take a look at how to plug this in. So press my y equals, clear. And we got 2 divided by, beginning parentheses around the denominator, the bottom part. Then we got 5x caret for the exponent, and then we'll have the parentheses around the 3/5. So we'll do beginning parentheses, 3 divided by 5. Now you don't have to put closing parentheses at the very end unless you want to. I'll put closing parentheses on the exponent, closing parentheses on the denominator. Now you want to make sure your calculator is set up for table setup, or for the ask. So I do second window to go into table setup. Now down there where it says independent, that should say ask. If it doesn't say ask, down arrow to it and right arrow, put the flashing cursor on the ask, press enter one time. Now I'm going to go in table, so I do second graph. I'll press delete a couple times, clean those out. And we'll put in -1 and 1, our test cases. So -1, enter, 1, enter. Well, the first one gives us a negative, which means this is decreasing. Now the positive one gives us positive 0.4, which means this is increasing. So it's decreasing then increasing, so this is going to be a min. And this is probably so simple I don't need to use calculator to find it. There we go. If I put 0 in for x in my original function, well, 0 to any power is 0, so 0 plus 3 gives us 3. So our min is going to be 0, 3. And that's your answer.